with you by my side, trusting one day that I can provide the life you deserve, but never demand.
It's basically to talk about restraint. Also, can we just show you outside real quick? Outside looks so awesome, bro. Anyway, the reason why I want to talk about restraint is due to the fact that like everything just trying to distract me. Yeah. The reason why I want to talk about restraint is just due to the fact that I've been reading this book recently called The Disciplines of a Godly Man. And through reading that book, it would have shown me things like how a man should be, like how he should treat his wife, how he should treat his family, how he should treat his friends, and just like other men and everything else, right? And through reading that book, it made me realize that a lot of men who precede me, is it precede? I think so. But the men who come before me, I mean, precede meaning that they're already here. Men who came before me, they're here. They have a lot of problems and issues. And the book brings it to light in a very clear way that I would have never expected otherwise. And I'm not gonna call any names, but with certain men in my own life who I would have been surrounded by, they all have these problems. They all tick the box in some sort of way. And obviously, it's not a situation of trying to be perfect, or it's a situation of you have to be the number one in somebody's life. But it made me realize that a lot of men don't take it seriously at all whatsoever. Because some men are just fundamentally just off the structure they build a house upon, figuratively speaking, is wrong. The reason why they get married is wrong. The reason why they make children, the reason why they get a job is wrong. And it's okay, because everybody has to start somewhere at the end of the day, right? However, through reading the book, it just made me realize the standard I would like to be at. Right. Today's the first easy day of the week. Recently stopped track training just to lock in on my own personal training. So how I'm gonna pull it out is basically 5 easy days of the week. I'm not sure how I'm gonna break up my schedule yet, but I might do it like splits. So basically like switch between heavy running, heavy lifting every 2 weeks. And let me see how it goes from there. Let me see how progress will swing. And yeah, breeze blowing, looking kinda hard, but 45 minutes easy run. And then go back home, chow down on some food, rest. Now what I would have gotten. That kinda strike me. To love our wives as our own bodies is a grand and great thing. It means granting her the same importance, the same value, the same existential gravity that we take for granted in ourselves. She becomes as real as we are to ourselves. She is me. Disciplines of a Godly Man by R. Kent Hughes. Another one from him was
some say you treat your fellow man on the level, but when you are at home with the wife and kids, are you mean as the devil? When I read those quotes, honestly speaking, it just makes me wonder, like, how much kids, how much adults live in this reality every day. And it's not even a situation of they live in a reality where a man is an ungodly man. It's a reality where the man says he is a godly man, but he's not following the biblical call of a man properly. Hence why he might do things like that in the first place. Honestly speaking, it's disappointing. But I believe, not trying to make myself something self-important, but I believe that I am called myself, me, myself, and I am called along with other men who I know to do different because we know and we are trying to chase something different. The rubbish that has been going on in Trinidad, where men feel it's cool to suit a girl, where men feel it's cool to be rating girls, liking promiscuous photos of women. That is not okay. I don't know when the standard ever become that, but it should stop. Honestly speaking, moving forward, I refuse to even be acquainted with men like that in the first place. Because if you could be personally comfortable with yourself, or feel like as though you are so self-important that you could watch somebody else and have an opinion about their body, you are already compromised. And if in any way, shape, or form that you believe that it's like it's wrong, but you're just so accustomed doing it, then I'm telling you right now it's wrong. You should stop. You should stop. Just the kind of sad thing with this whole taking the path of high resistance is that not only you're going against the norms of society, but you're also not really surrounded by others who think the same. You know who? I don't know who gonna watch this video. Me even gonna like it. But if my children ever watch this video, it's linear. I let them know right now. Your dad did not have people like that around him. The way how I am, I guess currently, there wasn't much people that would have inherently motivated me to be like this. The only motivation that I have is the nonsense others does do. To do absolutely what is in tandem, or I'm not even sure if I'm using the right words, but to do something that is completely opposite to them. Because everything that people seem to think is okay, somehow it just doesn't sit right with me. It just doesn't. Honestly speaking, I challenge everybody, anybody who's watching this video, man or woman, please Respect your fellow man just the way how they were meant to be respected, please. If you ain't had no ring on that, it's not yours to look at. If you ain't make it, you have no opinion of it. Right? If that is not your child, mind your own business. Unless otherwise where the child get in trouble or something. But that's besides the point, we sticking on topic here. I as a man, I give myself the personal responsibility of not being on that nonsense or that normalcy like that. See all that tossy man thing, yeah, fire fi burn that. All jumping from one girl to the next girl, yeah, fire fi burn that. See all following 20 girls on Instagram, yeah, burn that. Reading promiscuous content, burn that. Watching promiscuous content, burn that. Doing it before you get married, burn that. Because guess what? What weight does a relationship hold if it's not built on the foundation of a covenant that the Lord promised us? Think about it. Now in our nowadays society, what weight does a marriage hold if it doesn't have the weight of a covenant at the basis of it? Anybody could cheat on anybody, but nobody understands the depth of a promise anymore. Nobody understands the weight of waiting. Trust me, I feel any weight right now. It's not easy. That's why somehow they should be single. And I'm not saying that you can't be imperfect and things will happen. Yeah, if you love somebody, things must happen. Oh gosh, be human. But if you're not fighting that fight, right? And you're just letting it happen, then what worth is that relationship in the first place, right? Because I for one can't answer that question.
Patiently waiting on my dreams to come true, hoping and praying one day that they do. Oh, I don't know how, and I don't know when, just patiently waiting till then. Patiently waiting each day that goes by, staring out windows at stars in the sky.